undefeated. Undefeated. Who do you think that you are? When I tell y'all that I run things, y'all better believe me. Spin the earth on my finger like round ball. I'm a globetrotter. That's easy. No lie.
What up, everybody on YouTube? So I just watched a video by the Boxing Junkie, and yeah, I know this is my second video kind of talking about something that the Boxing Junkie talked about, but I was just catching up on his videos, and he did a video, I believe it was this morning or last night, talking about someone else on YouTube who does boxing videos. And let me just say this, and a lot of people are already gonna know who I'm talking about, because either A, you watched the Boxing Junkie's video, or when I describe this person, you are just gonna know who it is. But I'm not gonna put their name out there because I'm not a name dropper. All right, do everything I can not to drop a name unless it's a positive thing, and this isn't going to be positive, so I'm not going to drop their name. I think from now on, even if somebody is starting beef with me or got a problem with me, I don't even think I'm gonna do video. I know I've done them in the past, but I don't think I'm gonna do videos like that no more. This is meant to be a boxing channel. I'm just gonna keep it that way. But Boxing Junkie was talking about this YouTube channel, which is, you know, fairly big, especially for the amount of time that they've been on YouTube. So not hating on that, but something that you gotta remember, JR, is that individual is not a real boxing channel. They talk about boxing, but really all they do is report. I don't want to use this word because it's been overused when talking about this individual, but it is the truth, which is tabloid. He's the equivalent to the tabloids in the news. You know, that he, as soon as he reads a headline, he just makes a video about it. No matter how BS it is, he does it. Or he'll take a fighter that has a big fan base, and he will take any article and twist it to talk crap about that fighter, because he knows that big fan base is going to watch the video, may even subscribe, because a lot of these people are not very smart. To be honest, you know, they will subscribe to a channel that has an opposing view just so they can watch every video, thumb it down, leave nasty comments. That's what these people like to do a lot of times. That's a big number of his subscriber base, and then probably a even bigger portion of his subscriber base is people who are haters of these fighters that he talk crap about, and they are subscribed just because they love to hear him talk crap about the fighters that he talks crap about. I mean, that's just the way that it is. Some people, a lot of people, let me put it this way, a lot of the fans in the YTBC are casual, and there's nothing wrong with casual fans, to be honest. I mean, I don't consider myself to be a hardcore fan, but I'm definitely beyond the casual stage. And the thing about casuals is that they're the majority. So, I'm not saying if you have a big channel that you're a casual or you only appeal to the casuals. There are definitely bigger channels that know what they're talking about. They're more than casual. This is a positive thing, so I'll drop this name, Ego. Ego, even though I don't agree with his opinion, And I do think a lot of times he is driving an agenda. The fact of the matter is he knows what he's talking about. He's definitely not a casual. He's not just reporting tabloids, and he's not really twisting things to I had to be careful how I say this, because in a way he does do it, but it's a lot different from what this other individual does. You know, he gives the facts. He also gives his opinion. Sometimes he is a bit hard on Triple G, and the fact of the matter is everybody's gonna have their bias. I mean, just keep in mind he goes from Oakland, so he is going to, you know, support any fighter who's doing well from Oakland, which right now is Andre Ward. So that's just the way that it is. But as far as the information he puts out, he's not just going out there and, you know, making everything seem a certain perspective like this other individual does. Because, for instance, Canelo vacates the belt, and that individual, what does he do? He makes it look like, oh, well, Canelo showed him that he's A-side and he don't need that belt. You know, fuck that belt. That's the kind of stuff that that individual says. But I bet you if he would have held on to the belt, he would have said, well, Canelo is keeping that belt because Triple G ain't shit. See what I'm saying? It's the same exact situation, but this individual will take it and twist it. And it's not even necessarily that he believes what he's saying. It's that he knows when he talks about these fighters, he's going to get a lot of views. And he knows that if he keeps it controversial, that he's going to get those views. And that's just the way that it is. Now, there's other YouTubers who are naturally controversial. You know, they're not neutral, but they actually believe in what they're saying, like Precise Presenter. You know, I have a lot of respect for Precise Presenter for different reasons, okay? And he's very controversial, but I don't think that he's controversial by choice. He's controversial by nature. And it's like I said, I actually get a lot out of watching his videos. You know, there's certain things that I don't agree with, and I pick and choose what I'm going to really pay attention to. But the fact of the matter is, Precise Presenter puts out a lot of good information. You may not agree with his views on the information, but he puts out a lot of good information. And I have respect for that. He does the research, and he you know, his name suits him. He presents things very precisely. And I appreciate that. Now, his views make him controversial, but he's not doing it to get views. And if he is, then what's the motivation? Because the other individual, we know that they get AdSense. I don't think I've ever seen a single ad on one of Precise Presenter's videos. So that's the other thing you have to kind of keep in mind, is when you're watching a YouTube channel, if there's AdSense, take note of that. And not really saying that, you know, just because somebody has AdSense doesn't make them a sellout, and it doesn't make them bad. There's nothing wrong with getting AdSense on YouTube because you put in the work. Why shouldn't you get paid for it? Me personally, I don't really feel like I put in a whole lot of work. I put out videos when I can. I give my take, but I don't really do a whole lot of research a lot of times. Like, I mean, I look into the story and I get as much information as I can, but it's very rare that I go the extra mile to get a whole bunch of additional information. So it's just a hobby for me. I just make these videos. Anybody who wants to watch them is free to watch. It's free to comment. And to me, this is more of a forum. It's definitely not a means to make money, because haven't collected a cent since I started YouTube, which has been about a year now. So, but this other individual, they get AdSense, and they've even made videos. And keep this in mind, JR. I mean, you say you don't like that channel, and I definitely understand why. So you may not know this, but he has gone on record saying that he says the stuff that he says just to get views, because he wants his channel to be successful. And despite him saying that, people still watch his videos and still listen to what he got to say, even though they know he's full of crap. Every single video that he did trash talking Floyd Mayweather is not genuine, because when he admitted to saying things just to get views, he said he's a big Floyd Mayweather fan, but he has a lot of videos where he's talking trash about Floyd Mayweather. And I think it's gotten to the point where this individual, he has a little bit of a conundrum, because he is a boxing fan, and I wouldn't necessarily say that he's a casual. I just say he makes videos that are appealing to the casual, which is why he's been able to grow his subscriber base so fast, because he's just figured out the formula of what appeals to a casual, and say this and the casuals will come. But I think the conundrum that he's come into is that because he does a lot of trash talking, he ends up getting blocked by a lot of these fighters on social media. And in reality, he's a fan of those fighters, but because he makes these videos trash talking them simply for the fact that he knows people are going to watch, and that's going to bring in that extra money. I mean, he could say that he doesn't need the money, all he wants, but the fact of the matter is he's doing everything he can to get views. And that's just real. But the problem that he's running into now is he's getting blocked on social media from fighters that he actually likes, because he's willing to do it for the views. But to be honest, I think he doesn't care about that as much. I think he cares more about the money. And hey, you can't knock the hustle. But I mean, that's really the fault of the community as a whole, not a fault of any of ours. I don't watch his videos. The only reason why I even know that he admitted that he says stuff just for clickbait is because of H Money. H Money put out the audio of the video, and I'm subscribed to H Money. So when he put out that information, I was like, well, I kind of figured that already. I was subscribed to Travis Gotti way back when he first started his channel. And after I caught on to what he was doing, it wasn't confirmed at the time, but I had a feeling that all he was doing was putting out tabloid information, putting out propaganda, not because he had an agenda to push, just so he can get as many views as he possibly can. And it's worked for him. But I wasn't about to be part of that. I didn't come into this community to contribute to garbage. And that's my opinion. If you feel that anybody watching this video, if you don't feel that his content is garbage, fair enough. That's your opinion. But my opinion is that it's garbage. It's not really anything that I'm interested in. Only time that I watch any of his videos is when I do a search on YouTube, because a lot of times I don't pay attention to the name, and I'll see the title of a video, I'll press it, I'm like, oh man, it's this guy, and then I'll just back out. I'm to the point where I don't watch any video that's, well, when I'm doing searches, I should say, not when I'm going through my subscriptions, that's different. But when I'm doing searches, I don't pay attention to any video that says full fight review, because it's a high possibility it's him, and I'm not interested in what he got to say ever about anything. I used to have a certain respect for him about other things until I heard about a comment that he made about somebody that I respect a whole lot that blocked him on Twitter because of this comment that he made. And when I heard about that, I was like, you know what? I don't want nothing to do with this dude. I don't want to watch none of his videos. I don't want to contribute to any of the AdSense that he gets. And the reason why I say that it's the community's fault as a whole is because the one thing you got to give him is that he came out and he admitted to what he's doing. And a lot of people are still watching. They're still playing into his hands. And I'm not going to say just because you're subscribed to this individual that you're a sheep, but there's a lot of sheep that are subscribed to him. I'm gonna end the video on this one scenario, this one interaction I did have with this YouTube channel. He was talking trash about Triple G, saying that the 90-10 split was more than fair. All right, and just real quick, when I did used to watch his videos, he used to say the opposite, because he used to say that when Triple G offered 50-50 to Andre Ward and to meet him in the middle, that Andre Ward should have took it because Andre Ward don't bring no money. All right. So now, and so between then and when he made this video that me and him had this interaction, he changed his stance on Triple G because he felt talking trash about Triple G would bring him more views. So I told him, you know, and I didn't call him any names or nothing. I just put my 2 cents, just like everybody does in the comment section. I said, you know what? 10% is an insult to a professional athlete. These guys are not amateurs. These guys are professionals. And I don't feel any, I don't care how big of an A-side you are. I don't think any fighter should try to take advantage of another professional fighter by offering them 90-10. I don't care if it's their first fight. His exact words to me were, look at the comments. You'll see there's a lot more people who agree with it. And my response was, and everything's being paraphrased, my response was, do I look like a sheep to you? Like, do you think a sheep would be able to comment on your videos? Because I'm not no sheep. I'm not going to go along with something just because the rest of your subscriber base thinks that it's okay. I have what I stand for, and if it means I have to go against the grain, then so be it. He had no answers for that. Now, it could be that he has a whole lot of comments and he wanted to reply to other ones, but I think he knew that he was dealing with somebody who was not just gonna go with something just because everybody else does. If other people legitimately think that it's cool to rob another professional, then so be it. But that ain't gonna be me. I'm not gonna go along with it just because a whole bunch of other people don't have the common sense to know that that's not right. I say, if it was up to me, 70-30 would be the maximum differential for professional boxing. I don't care how I don't care how much of a lopsided A-side it is. This is the hurt game. These guys need to get paid. All right? They want to maximize their dollar, then they need to be taking it up with whoever's paying out that money. The network or their promoter, whoever it is that is paying out that money, they want to maximize that dollar, they need to take it up with them. But they don't need to be trying to rob the other person. And that's the way I feel about it, and that ain't changing. But anyways, you know, generally speaking, because I didn't really do this to attack that YouTuber, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows who it is, but when watching and supporting a YouTube channel, you got to take a lot of things into account. one of the things that I think should be everybody's number one criteria is, does this uploader respect me? I don't care that this person has over 7,000 subscribers, but if I'm commenting on your video and I'm showing you respect, but you're gonna insult my intelligence, I'm not gonna support you. All right, those other 7,000, they might have had good experiences with you, but as for me, you insulted my intelligence. You know, wish the best to you, but I'm not supporting your channel. And I really think a lot of people have kind of abandoned that train of thought, which is fine. You know, if you don't care that you're put money in this dude's pocket, then, you know, that's fine. But some of us have self-respect. Anyways, to anybody who, to all my subscribers, anybody who watches my videos, or if you just so happen to stumble upon this video, this is kind of different from what I usually do, but I just felt like there's some things that needed to be said. This is not a diss toward that individual. I mean, I just have my reasons why I don't support their channel, and you know, any view that they've gotten within the last, I would say, 10 months from me has been an accidental one for the most part. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed day.
How you think you don't stop the movement? You ain't that important, baby. I'ma keep moving. Hold up.